Hey, this is Andy Edge. Welcome to my channel.
Time to rise, time to feel alive, time to shine, time to live your life, time to grow from your past mistakes and strive to be the best that you can be.
So today I want to talk about a couple of events that I went to, which was basically all part of one tour. In the course of my lifespan, I've been to over 350 concerts already. I know that's quite a lot, but that's what happens when you're obsessed with music. So yeah, usually I wouldn't do this if it wasn't very special, but yeah, a couple of weeks ago I went to 2 dates of the Perturbator and Terminus tour. And for those of you who aren't aware of who these two people are, those are synthwave artists and some of the biggest synthwave artists that there are there. Not that it's a big genre or anything. So Perturbator became basically famous, for contributing to the Hotline Miami soundtracks, which is like a video game, retro style and very, very, interesting in the style of like the 80s and synthwave movement, all that kind of stuff. And Terminus basically, is not as famous, but he also has done a lot of, very, very cool stuff, and I like his albums just as much. So when they announced that they would go on tour together, I was really happy about that fact because I haven't seen Terminus, and I saw Perturbator for the first time last year, which is very interesting because I've been doing Star Trek Infinity for almost 2 years now, and like shortly after finishing up the rough demos for my first album, Neo Tokyo, I discovered Perturbator and got really into him, and it was really interesting because I wasn't influenced by synthwave as a whole, but I still was doing basically the same thing before I actually knew about them, so that was kind of a revelation for me. But yeah, anyway, I had the chance to go to 2 events. One was in Cologne, which is very close to where I live. And then I also had the chance, because a friend was going, to go to the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is one of my favorite places, and concerts are very cheap there, as opposed to, Germany. So I was like, I'm just gonna take this chance and go to 2 events of this tour because, it's definitely gonna be worth it. And, we have no idea if they're ever gonna tour again. I mean, they might, but it's probably gonna take a while because Terminus doesn't really tour that much to begin with. And yeah, one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this series of events is that, I was really impressed with the light show and the production and everything that was going on at the concerts. And, I've seen The Prodigy before, by the way, rest in peace, Keith Flint. And, it was The Prodigy is known for its wild show and like very crazy live show in a way, because they have all these flashing lights constantly, and if you have epilepsy, it's not a good place to be at all. But the fact that in my opinion, Perturbator put this to shame with his kind of light show and production is really says a lot, because it's a way smaller artist for one thing, and it's also they don't have that much money to begin with, but they really put the focus on in the light show, and you can see it as I play clips throughout this video, that it really is special. And it is one of my favorite things about this show now, because it fits the music so well, because the music oftentimes is so intense and atmospheric in other ways. So it is really crazy. As you can tell with my music, it's all about atmosphere and making an impression and bringing out the emotions that you get by listening to it. And I think that when you play live, not only the stage performance is a really important aspect, as well as the music, but also what you do with it and how you present your music. And I think that Perturbator does it really well with his light show, and it really complements the music that he's playing at the same time. So yeah, it's crazy. The good thing about going to 2 shows is that you can stand, in different areas throughout the shows, because in Cologne I was just standing in the back and watching the entire show unfold in front of me, because in my opinion that is like the best place in the house. And when I went to the Netherlands, I went to the second row to experience it up front, because it's like a totally different experience. And depending on the artist, it is always either better to stand, in front or in the back. And I felt, by doing that experience it in both ways was just perfect, because you know, it's a different experience for sure, but you know, it's both, you know, equally as good. And I didn't think that standing in the second row would be just as good as, you know, being in the back, but, you know, I was proven wrong. Yeah, as I said before, synthwave isn't really that famous as of now, but I can definitely see a rise of popularity in Perturbator, because he's touring a lot and he's doing all these festivals, so it's pretty good that he is finally getting some exposure with his music. So yeah, I hope I could give you a little bit of a taste, you know, with this video about what you could expect from the music of Perturbator. So give this guy as well as Dan Terminus a listen and see if you like it for yourself. And if you do, then, you know, by any means go to a show and check it out for yourself. It's pretty, you know, he is already working on releasing a new album this year, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back on tour, you know, like a worldwide tour next year. So. And maybe he's gonna do some additional dates this year, so you never know. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a chance to check him out, and if you have the chance, then by all means, I can only recommend that you go to the show and experience it for yourself. But yeah, actions, you know, in this case, videos speak louder than words, and I've shown a couple, you know, of videos that I recorded throughout this video, so you got a taste of what to expect, and, you know, that's all I have to say about this topic. If you've ever experienced synthwave live, then, you know, by any means, let me know in the comments. I would like to hear your stories. Did you go to the tour yourself, and what were your thoughts about it? Let me know. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, so I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you very much, bye bye.